Hello, this lesson is in commemoration of Holocaust Memorial Day, which happens every year on the 27th of January, the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz camp. It's about Sir Nicholas Winton, who is a local hero of the Holocaust, who lived in Berkshire. He lived to 106. The candles that you can see in the picture are the Yahrzeit candles, which Jewish people light on the anniversary of the death of loved ones every year. Yahrzeit means time of the year in German. There is a statue commemorating Sir Nicholas Winton at Maidenhead railway station. You can visit it. This statue is at Prague railway station in the Czech Republic. In World War II, the Czech Republic was called Czechoslovakia, and Nicholas Winton managed to save 664 children by evacuating them to the UK, thereby saving their lives. We're going to see an old film from the BBC about Sir Nicholas Winton meeting the children he saved in World War II, which he did in 1988, when I was a child. Sir Nicholas Winton was a hero of the Holocaust who in 1938 oversaw the Czech Kindertransport, which means children transport, which brought Jewish children from German-occupied Czechoslovakia to safety in the UK. He worked tirelessly to ensure money was raised and homes were found for the young refugees, but it was 50 years before the full story of his heroic efforts became public knowledge. He never told anyone, even his family. In 1988, his wife discovered a scrapbook in the attic containing a mass of documents, including the names of the rescued children. The BBC's programme That's Life reunited him with just a few of the many hundreds of people he rescued. Sir Nicholas Winton was knighted in 2003 and died in 2015 at the age of 106 in the Slough Hospital.
These children were brought over to England in 1939. That's 49 years ago. From Prague in Czechoslovakia. They were all in the gravest danger because they were Jewish, some of them orphans, their parents might have been arrested, or maybe the parents were just intellectuals or communists, the kind of people that Hitler really hated. If they hadn't been rescued and brought over to England, these children would have been killed by the Nazis. But in fact, they were saved by an English stockbroker called Nicholas Winton. In all, Nicholas Winton and the committees who helped him managed to save 664 children. This is his scrapbook. There are all kinds of fascinating pictures in it. If you look at the very back of this scrapbook, fascinating things in it, all the letters. But back here, you will see is the list of all the children and the foster families who took them in. Mr. Winton told us,
"My greatest disappointment came in September that year, when 250 children were ready to come over. On the very day they were due to leave, war broke out. I can't imagine what became of those children."
And in fact, there's a letter here in the scrapbook explaining that all the work regarding the bringing over of children into this country has had to be postponed until further notice. And that, of course, is because war broke out. I'll show you one of the things that struck us very touching. Here, if you just have a look here, you can see little composites of the pictures of the children as they were then. I don't know if you can see that. And here, if you look, there's their names, and this one here, it says placed. You see, there the children are. We asked Mr. Winton how he feels knowing so many people owe their lives to him. He said,
"I'm only disappointed I couldn't have saved more. So many lives could have been saved if people at the time had realised the urgency. It's heartbreaking."
But still, his achievement is wonderful. Now, Mr. Winton himself has traced one of those children, Rudolf Vesely, who is with us here tonight. There he is. Good evening, Mr. Vesely. Lovely to have you here. And we've actually managed to find 3 more. This is Vera Diamond when she was 10. Now she's Vera Gissing. Until we told her this week, she had no idea that Nicholas Winton had in fact arranged her rescue. But we did find her name, Vera Diamond, as she was then, on his list. So we told her about him. She said,
"I tried very hard to find out who had rescued us. I even tried the Archbishop of Canterbury to see if he knew, but I drew a blank. I would very much like to meet Nicholas Winton to thank him for saving my life. If it hadn't been for this man, I wouldn't be here to tell the tale."
Vera Gissing is with us here tonight. Hello, Vera. And I should tell you that you are actually sitting next to Nicholas Winton. precious children. One of them is called Hanush Schnabel. He was only 11 when he came over here. We have his passport with all the official stamps on it. I don't know if you can see. This is how he got out. He told us.
I don't know how my rescue was arranged. I had no idea when I left my parents at Prague Station that I would never see them again. My older brother was supposed to come here in September, but war broke out and I never saw him again either. I hoped all through the war that they would survive, but they were gassed in a concentration camp. I've often wondered who was responsible for organising my rescue. I would dearly love to meet him and thank him for helping us children, without any hope of acknowledgement.
Hanush's name is on Nicholas Winton's list. They call him Hans, though, you see. Hanush is here tonight, so you too can thank Mr. Winton. Fleischmann. She had to escape when she was 9 with her little sister because her father had helped the author Thomas Mann to escape, so he was on the Nazis' wanted list. She told us.
If it was Nicholas Winton who helped me to escape, my sister and my cousin with me, then I would be honoured to meet him, to thank him. If it were not for him, I would have gone the same way as my cousins, who both ended up in concentration camps.
Once again, Milliner is on Nicholas's list. You see her there. But she is now Lady Milliner Grenfell-Baines. And there she is. Milliner, I believe you still have the name tag you wore around your neck when you arrived as a little girl at Liverpool.
I wore this around my neck, and this is the actual pass that we were given to come to England. And I'm another of the children that you saved. She is 84 and she too was rescued and is in England and watching this programme this evening.
There you are, Mr. Winton. Well, a lot of memories brought back. I hope you now realise how grateful people are to you for what you've done. I know you don't want thanks, but I think you're certainly going to get them. Thank you so much for joining us. As possible of these grown-up children to get in touch with us, so they'd have the chance to thank Mr. Winton personally. Can I ask, is there anyone in our audience tonight who owes their life to Nicholas Winton? If so, could you stand up, please? Mr. Winton, would you like to turn round? You'll have the chance to meet these people properly after the programme. In the meantime, Mr. Winton, on behalf of all of them, thank you very much indeed.
What did you think of Sir Nicholas Winton? I'd like you to write about your own heroes, or your opinion on heroes. This is a writing task. You're advised to spend about 45 minutes on this and write in full sentences. You're reminded of the need to plan your answer, and you should leave enough time to check your work at the end. Remember those full stops and commas. Question 5. The UK no longer has heroes like Sir Nicholas Winton. Write an article for a teenage magazine in which you explain your point of view on this statement. There are 24 marks for content and organisation and 16 marks for technical accuracy, giving a total of 40 marks.